Man, what's going on? What's up, fight fans? We're shaking, man. It is the homie, MainmanMademan in the building. Hey, y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. The homie sliding through on a Saturday. What y'all know about it? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Slim, out here in the DMV, it's freezing. Hey, Slim, it's below like freezing will be warm from where we at right now. Man, it's cold as I don't know what outside, fight fans. So what that mean, the homie staying indoors right now, which means I got time, which means I got energy to come on and sit down and chill out with the fam. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hit that thumbs up as you pull up. Y'all already know. Thumbs up as you pull up. Salute to everyone that catches this live, and a definite salute to everybody that catches this on the playback. Now, we just gonna chill this episode, fight fans. This is not like a full episode of We Talking Boxing. This is what I promised the fam. Now, if y'all go back to the last episode of We Talking Boxing, I was very, very, very disappointed of how my phone lines went. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get the fam on there to pretty much put the cherry on the top of the sundae of that episode, because the episode was cool. And it just would have just, bam, with the phone calls at the end would have been great. And so what I'm more interested in than anything in this episode is what the fam got to say. Now, whole time I haven't heard no feedback from y'all since this whole, Bud versus Top Rank stuff started. It's just been me just kind of getting up on here, sharing my views and opinions about the situation. So now I want to hear with the fam. Of course, I plan on doing it panel style, but I want to pick back up where I left off, and I want to do this through the phone call. So anybody who want to interact, and I know this is a spontaneous ass stream. I ain't do no marketing, no promo. Man, you be killing me. You be coming on midday. I'm out here at the mall with my girl and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to cop this fresh pair of shoes, and you just coming on going live. Man, I'm going to try to stop in, but damn. Hey, sorry, fam. That's the homie, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to lock it in, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to lock it in so we can stop this guessing game and I can get everybody on the same damn page, you know what I'm saying? Just rock out with the homie and we going to get there. We going to get there. Who I got up in this thing, man? Jose. I got Jose Talavera on deck. He say, yo, what's up, man? What's up, Jose? Chilling, man. Spencer beats Ugas with that left long jab. Hey, man, we going to ask that question. We're going to give everybody an opportunity. If you want to call in, I'm going to open up the phone lines. Y'all can call in and tell me. Y'all can give me some strategy talk. I want to hear all that. You know what I mean? In the ring talk. Who you think got the better style? Who got the better jab? I'm into all that. So anybody want to hit me up? If you oppose any views of MainmanMademan, hey, don't even trip. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? This all love. This a boxing forum. This a boxing conversation. I welcome all views, all POVs. You feel me? I'm not offended. I'm not easily offended like that. It's not that type of party. Man ain't looking to jump on and bite nobody head off that call up and oppose what I'm saying. I have, trust and believe. I see you as a fellow boxing fan, and that's it. And it don't matter. You ain't got to rock and agree with me. If you do agree with me, I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your points you gonna make during your calls, fight fans. I want to hear the reasons why. That's what I'm really focused on. You hear me? And let me tell you how we gonna do this here too. Just to kind of help folks out, and you ain't got to oblige by this, but this is almost like an experiment from Mainman. This is almost something I'm running on the low to see how it go. Now, when y'all call up, right, I'm going to ask everybody that calls in the same 3 questions. And those 3 questions are going to deal with the 3, as you can see with the 3 pictures I got up there, with each and every one. Now, you could take that question and go wherever you want, but that's where the question is going to start. And I'm going to put these questions on the screen for y'all. First question I'm going to ask everybody that calls in is Terence Crawford doing the right thing? Now that the details are out there, videos galore are everywhere. I went through it with a fine-tooth comb. Everywhere. Now y'all know what y'all know about the situation. Do y'all think that Bud making the right move? Y'all can tell me why. I'm going to ask y'all that question, yay or nay. Question number 2. Is Erol Spence Jr. justified? And if y'all want to take this into Ugas talk, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? All day. If y'all want to take it if y'all want to pivot towards Ugas, hey, be my guest. But I'm going to ask the question because a lot of Spence fans believe that now that the details that are out, because I see y'all creeping up on me, hitting me up. Man, look like this might be a little wrong now. I don't know. Bob Arum, he didn't do it. It's on Bob. Y'all been blaming Earl. So I want to know from Spence Nation if y'all in the building. Is Earl justified? Tell me why he's justified. I'm just going to sit here and listen. You feel me? And I'll let everyone else, anyone who want to correct each other, that's on y'all. But I'm just going to sit here and listen. And then question number 3 is, who should Canelo fight next? That'll be the baseline of it. Y'all can go where y'all want. But who do you want to see Canelo Alvarez fight next? So these 3 questions are going to be the 3 questions that I smack everybody that calls up in here with. Take it where you want to take it, fight fans. But answer the question, of course. And then from that, if you want to pivot. But just do me a solid and answer these 3 when you call in. You feel me? And that's what I asked. Let me see what's going on, man. Let me see what's going on in this chat, man. Salute to everybody, man. He says, I need to check on my oldest up there in the DMV, say D-Lo. Oh, okay. Yeah, make a phone call if you got family up here, son. Like, if you got family up here, do it. Because, you know, we got a storm coming tomorrow. They talking about what, 6 inches, 8 inches, who knows? It's supposed to swap over the rain. It's still kind of like a guessing game. But they talking about some rough weather coming up here tomorrow, man. So definitely check in on the fam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I appreciate that, D-Lo. I'm definitely going to stay safe, man. Hunkering down, me and Apollo and the rest of my dogs chilling. You know what I mean? My lady's safe. My family's safe. I'm good. You feel me? I'm good. I'm just, right now, man, I got no reason to want to step outside that damn door because this is way too cold for the homie. You know what I'm saying? Mainman Mademan, big fan. What's up, man? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up? Did he say something wrong? Oh, man, my man been around too long to say something wrong. Mainman Mademan, big fan. What's up, man? What's up with you? He say, yo, taking Earl to court will have ramifications later. Say a split decision loss or something fishy, say Lawrence to her. Taking Earl to court will have ramifications later. Say a split decision loss or something fishy. Hey, I'm going to tell you like this, bro. If we wondering what Terence Crawford next fight is, his next opponent is called Bob Arum. And allow me to do this now, fight fans, since I already then told y'all how we want this to kind of go. So I'm gonna kill the music for a second. I'm gonna have to kill the music during the phone calls or when I give people a chance to call in, because we'll get an echo. So I want this to go smooth and not as messed up as last time. We want this to go nice and smooth. I'll put the number up on the chat on the screen. Bam. So there it is right there, fight fans. If y'all can't call in, then I'll just chat it up. But if y'all did, those are the criteria. You see the questions on your screen. You see the phone numbers right there in the yellow. Keep it clean. Keep it boxing. And, yeah, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? We chilling. But Lawrence said, yeah, man, taking Earl to court will have ramifications later. He think that he says a split decision loss or something fishy might happen. Yeah, man. I mean, look, the one silver lining about this, Lawrence, is they say that Bud still can fight while this is going on. So I think that's the huge plus, you know what I mean, in this whole deal. Because in Mikey's situation, right, remember, he couldn't fight. He was literally out the ring for 3 years. And in Terence Crawford's situation, they saying he can still go on and still fight while this is still going on. So, you know, I mean, that's the good news. So I think if something does progress, whether it be, I don't know, Premier Boxing Champions or anything else for Terence Crawford, it still can technically progress. But with a lawsuit against Bob Arum and the tentacles that he have around boxing, I mean, yeah, he needs to win. This is the fight. You know, what you get in the fight, you get a purse. You got to go in there with a strategy. You win the purse, right? Well, he got a purse. You know how much he want. And this is the fight that he got to win. And it's going to be hard for him to move, even with this on the books, probably around boxing. It's probably going to be a lot tougher to move. A lot tougher. It's interesting, man. This situation changes a lot of the dynamics. It gives outfits like Premier Boxing, and let's just be real about it. It gives Premier Boxing Champions a lot of leverage. It does. People can act like it don't, but it does, and they see this. And they like, okay, now it's going to be a bit, or they feel perhaps it'd be a bit easier to bring Crawford down to their world. Because look, you got that plan out, which means Josh Taylor ain't on the table no more. Okay, what we talking about? You gonna move to 54? Okay, what you even if you thinking about moving towards Charlo or Castano, you still got to come talk to us, you know. And sanctioning bodies, it'd be nice to see favors done, but that's wishful thinking. So it will be a lot tougher, or it gives PBC. You feel me? A lot of leverage, a lot of maybe bravery now to come out and talk to him a certain kind of way. You dig? And that's something that I'm noticing. You know what I'm saying? You know. So we got the first call of the day coming on through. Hold on, fam. Let me get these headphones on. Chop it up, man. Who I'm rocking out with, the man on the first call?
Man, you rocking out with Stone Love, man, from Chicago.
Hey, what's up, Stone Love, man? What's up with you, man? I appreciate you calling me up, rocking with me, champ.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. First and foremost, man, I'm gonna let you know, man. I'm a Erol Spence fan, right?
Nothing wrong with that, bro. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But see, man, I can say this about your channel, man. At least you try to keep it neutral. I know that you rock with Crawford,
right?
But you don't come off like a anti-Erol type of guy.
Not by
far. You know what I mean? And I respect that. Mm-hmm. But see, what I want to talk about is the simple fact that with this lawsuit with Bob Arum and Terence Crawford.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So it's like for a long time, man, I was saying that people have been accusing Earl of ducking Bud, but in reality, you know what I mean? Like, he's really just sticking to what he said from day one, that he was going to, get those belts with the PBC because those are the easier fights to make. And a lot of people, what they always do is go back to that face-to-face with Crawford and Spence said, hey, I can go the easy route. Mm-hmm. But what people fail to realize is even before then, after Terence Crawford had beat Jeff Horn, Fight Hype did an interview, and they spoke to him. Earl gave, Terence all the props in the world. But he also said that, hey, I'm going to get the other two belts on my side because those are the easier fights to make. You feel me? So, and you can go back and check it out. You can Google it. Fight Hype after the Jeff Horn fight. So my whole thing is either Earl has been truly ducking Crawford or Bob Arum wasn't doing his due diligence by giving Crawford that Pacquiao fight. Because I think that's where everything went wrong. He should have let Crawford get that Pacquiao fight, and that right there would have made him a bigger star, in my opinion. You feel me? You know what I mean? And I think that, he would have went on and been on he would have, I don't mean to curse, but he would have went on and been on the same level as Earl by now. As far as popularity wise, as far as pay-per-view. You know what I mean? So, and Crawford is a excellent fighter. Mm-hmm. See, excellent, man. I'm talking about he's a brother. And I just don't like seeing a brother being played like that. And then it's like people are attacking Earl, but they giving Bob Arum this pass. I'm seeing that over and over, brother. So just let me know what you feel about that. What you think about that?
So, okay, on the first part of what you were saying about Erol Spence wanting to go down and do what he said, get the belts that were on his side easier to get, right? So,
right.
Did you figure out when he said that it would take nearly as long as it's taken at this point? And boxing fans have been wanting this fight for years at this point. Now, when he initially said that, did you think it would take this long?
Well, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. You feel me? Because I'm a real boxing fan. You hear me? Mm-hmm. So I feel like Earl fell off once he started making money. Mm-hmm. I feel like he began to party too much. And I feel like he neglected, like a lot of people do, like Adrian Broner did. Once you start making that money, if you don't stick to the plan, then sooner or later it's going to hurt you. And that happened with the car accident. So that derailed a lot of, like a lot of the future fights.
Right.
You know what I mean? By all that partying and kicking it with Yellow Beezy and all these cats.
Yeah, throw them off track.
it threw them off. You start messing with Blu-ray. You start doing this, that, and the other. You feel me? And then next thing you know, you almost kill yourself. Now you got to get back in, you know what I'm saying, fighting condition and this, that, and the other. And when you do that, everybody suffered. So that's why I think Earl kind of messed up everything when it came to the Spence Crawford fight.
So that's why I was wondering, like when he says, okay, well, because nobody had a problem with the route that he was going on in the time, like only people had a problem with the Mikey Garcia fight because it just didn't make no sense when people were waiting on a bigger fight. Now, everything else, people were like, all right, look, he fighting Sean, it ain't Bud, but okay. He fighting this guy, all right, fine, it ain't. But then when car accidents happen and then the eye issue happened, it's making boxing fans now, it's pushing their patience too far out. You feel me? And now people, when we getting and paying for other pay-per-views that we don't feel as though is worthy, and the one thing that boxing fans demand and want, we can't seem to get, and then we keep going to this excuse of we got to wait for Earl. I think that's what makes the Crawford fans say, look, we tired of that, and we just heard it. And I gotta tell you, man, like after the Sean Porter fight, I'm sorry, after the Danny Garcia fight, I did not feel confident at all that Errol Spence Jr. was going to even think about coming towards Terence Crawford. Even after the Sean Porter, I never felt confident at any point that he was going to leave those fights and come over. But I never sweated him too much for it. But now we at a point where it's like enough is enough. You know what I mean?
But let me ask you this, my dear brother. So now let's remove Crawford and let's remove Spence from this equation just for a quick second. All right. In the very beginning, when the PBC first came about, we do know that Bob Arum and HBO filed a lawsuit against Al Heyman and the PBC trying to keep them out of boxing. Remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. So my thing is, with the way that Bob Arum was moving and not wanting to invest seriously in Crawford's career, he wanted to deal with Lomachenko, with Tyson Fury, with Teofimo Lopez, and the rest of these cats. You know what I mean? It's like he never really had Crawford's back. So Al Heyman is like, man, I'm not going to try to break bread with you, and you try to run me out of business. So we going to freeze Terence Crawford out until the end of his contract, and then I'm going to let him fight my guys. Because that's what I see happening. So that's what I think happened.
So what do you then say to their position right now? Because their position now, without Crawford now, who's in a lawsuit with Earl, is still kind of like a little stubborn. He wants too much money. He can't draw, the same old argument that we've been hearing. So if that was the argument if you saying that like they ain't want to do no business with Earl, then why hasn't the tune changed now Earl is out the picture?
Well, and this is just my opinion because I've been watching boxing for over 35 years. In my opinion, like, we really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But right now, it's like maybe they trying to get Terence Crawford to lower his amount. You know what I mean? Maybe they want him to accept a 60-40 or whatever it is. I really don't know because I'm not a lawyer and I'm not back there. You feel me? But I'll say this, like, man, Bob Arum has come off as a racist. He's played Crawford, which I don't appreciate because that's another brother. You know what I mean? And it's like right now, where does Terence Crawford go from here? We know that Spence is about to fight Ugas. You know what I mean? We know these other guys got big fights coming up. And it's like, where does Crawford go from here? Because even if he fights Keith Thurman, who's been off for over 2 years, and he washes Keith Thurman like I suspect that he would, how much credit is he going to get? You feel me? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like everybody that they're putting him in the ring with, something is wrong with these cats. You know what I mean? And when Crawford wipes them out, then it's like, oh, he was supposed to do that.
Right.
So the only way that, you know what I'm saying, Crawford is going to get his just due is, man, he's got to get with somebody who's really going to have his back. You know, and I don't know if it's Al Heyman. I doubt if it's going to be Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Because Floyd, he's not moving tank right. So it's like, where does Crawford go from here? Because he's like a casualty of war. because
Okay,
he's a hell of a fighter.
So with
He's
that,
a hell of a fighter.
so with you asking that question, right? Now that's going to lead me into asking these. Now that's going to lead me because I'm gonna see if I can get somebody else one call in. But I'm gonna lead you. That's going to lead me to asking you these 3 questions that's right here on the screen. And I'm gonna start with the first one. You really kind of touched a lot on that second one right there already. But I'm gonna start from the top and just go down that list right there, and you can just knock them off how you feel. All right. So the first one is Terence Crawford doing the right thing? Give me a quick answer on that.
Absolutely.
This is the right move that he is doing in your eyes. But he's getting so it doesn't matter the fight that he has ahead of him. You think that this is the right move for Bud?
I believe that if Terence Crawford wouldn't file that lawsuit, and let's say if he went on with that one fight contract thing with Bob Arum, he would have fought Josh Taylor. If Josh Taylor was to survive for 12 rounds, then they were going to rob Bud. Yeah.
So, okay.
That's what I feel.
All right, question number 2. Is Erol Spence Jr. justified all of this time from the build-up and everything now that we know the details that's coming out from Bob Arum, about Bob Arum? And the Spence bonus and so on, like how he didn't deliver on that for Terence Crawford. So does that make Erol Spence Jr. justified in your eyes?
Well, okay. So again, I think that this is bigger than Earl and Terence, because I believe that the business side, it supersedes anything as far as the boxers go. So if Arum and Al Heyman can't get along and they can't do business with each other for real, then it's like, man, Earl can't just get in the ring and say, hey, come on, Terence, let's fight. And Terence can't do the same.
Big
you feel
facts.
Me?
They can't.
Yeah.
It's a suit thing, bro. It's a suit thing. That's what
Absolutely.
you telling me. You telling me it's the suit. When they got the power, if they fighting amongst each other, how can the fighters sit back? How can the fighter get in the middle of that fight, right? Is that what you kind of saying?
They cannot, because in the beginning, you know, Terence was super loyal to Arum because Arum made him millions, and likewise with Erol Spence. You know, Al Heyman made him millions. These two cats turned them into millionaires, but it's like, how do they evolve from that? You know, where do they go from there? You know what I'm saying? Now you got your millions. Now it's about a legacy. You feel me? So if these two promoters can't get together and make it happen, you feel me? Like the fighters, man, it's hopeless. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia couldn't fight for 2 years. Mm-hmm. If he could fight on his own merit, he'd have been in the ring. But he had to do what he had to do to get away from Bob Arum.
Okay, so, all right, well, last but not least, who should Canelo Alvarez fight next? With the news we hear coming out, Charlo, Benavidez, Bivol, Beterbiev, who you like? The Makabu, Makunu winner. I mean, what you think is, what would you like to see from Canelo Alvarez next?
Me, man, personally, I would love to see him fight Benavidez, because in my opinion, Jamal Charlo gives Canelo too much respect. So it's hard to see somebody go in there and really give a real fight when you already saying this dude is the best, and you know you kind of bowing down to this cat. But Benavidez, he don't bow down to nobody.
I like that. Yes, sir. I like that. And hey, that sounds like something that my main man DJ Zion Love would say, man. I don't like him, man. He gonna respect him too much, man. Too much. He's too in awe of him, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know where you coming from.
And last but not least, I want to say this too. It's kind of like with the Sean Porter and Crawford thing. I feel, and this is my personal opinion, Porter, he kind of feared Bud going into the fight. You know what I mean? He respected him, and he was on that friendship buddy thing. And Crawford was on kill time. He ain't trying to hit none of that until after the fight. You feel me? And I think that Kenny Porter, he already knew his son was going to lose, and when it started looking a little muddy for him, he jumped up and threw in that towel.
Wow.
Just my opinion. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, my G, I appreciate you hitting me up, man. Let me see if anybody else want to hit me up and come on through. Bro, this was a great conversation with you, man. And feel free to call in anytime, man. Anytime. Or join the panel.
I just locked your number in, my brother. Peace and blessings, man. Hey, I rock with Errol, but I respect Bud. Straight up.
Same. Hey, that's a good point of view, bro. Much love to you, man.
My man. Peace and blessings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, that was a cool call, bro. Hey, that's what's up, man. We starting off on a real cool note, man. You know what I'm saying? Spence fans, Crawford fans coming through, you know, everybody getting along, man. And that's gonna be how we gonna rock out on this show right here, fight fans. Like anybody who call in, I'm gonna ask y'all particularly those same 3 questions. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, if y'all answer these questions, you know, hey, it's gonna make for a good phone call. Like I say, y'all can take them any way you want, man. But like I was asking, is Terence Crawford doing the right thing? I think so, man. I think he's doing the right thing for sure, man. Even with the repercussions that's gonna lay ahead of him, you know what I mean? I think he definitely doing the right thing for sure, man. We got our second call on deck, man. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure everything good. Hold on. All right, second call on deck. What's up, man? You on the phone with man? Who this?
DJ Zion Love, man. Peace and blessings
My
to you.
man, what's up, Zion? What's going on,
What's
man?
going on, my brother? It's cold up in here, man. It's mad cold. East Coast getting that Midwest, you know what I'm saying? That Midwest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hate mad snow, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
I mean, this feel like winter, but it's God's works, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take it on for what it is, you know what I'm saying?
hey, bro, I'm so glad you called me, man. Hey, I am dying to hear your opinions on these joints because I don't think we talked, bro, since
Yeah, I know. You know what happened that night? I was chilling on the last time you was on yesterday. I was chilling with the ladies, so I couldn't get to come on. You know what I'm saying? My wife, you know what I'm saying? So,
it's all good. No, I totally understand.
Yeah, man.
Totally understand. Well, look, bro. Well, first off, so you've been hearing all the details. You pretty caught up on all the details, everything, right?
Oh yeah, I got that thing with Bud, you know, saved in on New York Post because I have the New York Post app, and I have alerts. So anything happen, I save those special articles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. No, that Post article wrapped it up pretty good. So if you saw that, you good, bro.
Yeah, it's real. The Post is real. Anything in New York Post is real. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna sit back and listen, bro. I'm gonna sit back and listen. Tell me how
we
you feel.
First of all, we got to change Bud name to, you know what I'm saying, Federal Officer Bud, Federal Investigator Bud. You know what I'm saying? You know, Bobby act like the mafia type, untouchable. So, you know, in order to beat the mafia, you have to go undercover. You know what I'm saying? So Special Agent Bud went undercover. He went undercover, you know, he played stupid to, you got to play fool to catch wise, you know what I'm saying? So he took all the beating. Me and you, everybody was beating him. Why would he go and sign with Crawford off of here and all these things? Why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. Why would he do that? So he did some detective, you know what I'm saying, work.
He got that lawyer,
that
bro.
Nobody would.
He got that lawyer, that powerful lawyer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that lawyer, and he had the billionaire was backing him.
A billionaire was backing who? The lawyer? Who backing Crawford?
No, the billionaire backing Bud. That guy from Omaha, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, you know,
overseas.
there you go.
Yeah, I got you.
See, and I think Bud listened to the LDBC on the low.
Mm-hmm.
He listened. He heard. He's hearing us, you know, but Bud do his own thing, like like Frank Sinatra. He did it his way. You know
I think he played it real chill. He got a lot of public statements.
Yes, you have to. He
got Bob to say a lot of stuff, man. He got a lot of stuff out there floating around.
Yeah. And there's a saying that you have to kiss the ass before you kick it. You know what I'm saying? You got to take your hand out, alligator mouth, nice.
What do you think? Easy. What do you think about his allegations, like the bias and everything?
Yeah, real. The allegation is it's an open secret. It's an open secret. Listen, me and you could put together all the facts against anybody could with common sense who follow social media and look at boxing. We all seen this dude dissing him right in public, and Bud was taking notes. As a matter of fact, I don't think Bud lawyer was taking notes. They was taking notes, the document, they got all the media, all the video. It was that open secret. He was disrespecting Bud.
Right.
He was disrespecting Bud. He was disrespecting black people in front of their face.
So I mean,
for years,
we was always wondering though why Terence Crawford wasn't coming back to the public and saying bad things. Only thing that I remember
he can't do that because
he was keeping it chill.
He was taking the abuse. He was taking it verbally, mentally. He was taking the abuse.
He was getting it on a record.
And he was but if I were Bud right now, to be real with you and honest, I think he should beef up security, watch his gym, protect his family. You know what I'm saying? Because Bob don't like to lose.
But you know, Bud rolling with G's too, though. Like we was just kind of hitting that.
I understand. There's G's and there's the other G's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to know it's real. There's other G's that dude does not like to lose.
Okay. Hey, so
he should be 90. So you have to. If I were him, I will beef up everything, and he has to continue to knock people out to win.
So let me ask
He
you
has
this.
to knock. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because that's where you at right now is a great point to segue right into question number one, and that
Yes.
is, and think about this, Zion Love, is the repercussions after the lawsuit. So the first question is Terence Crawford doing the right thing for his career? And if you say yes, tell me
He's doing the right thing for his career, and he's doing the right thing for future boxers' career. He's doing the right thing for us as a black community. He's doing the right thing for Wilder. He's doing the thing for Ali. He's doing the thing for all these boxers that could never done. Guys are spinning in their graves. Ali right now is busting gunshot in his grave. He's spinning. He's crying a tears of joy. He's doing it for us, man, as a black community. Because they right now, I think he's not part of that special fraternity. You know what I'm saying?
So
remember the free.
So you think? Do you think he got now a cause outside the ring? Is that what you saying? Because you know
this is bigger than boxing, man. It doesn't matter what Bud do from now on. This is history. This is the black man history from now on. Even if he doesn't fight anymore, he made history.
So he wins this fight. Is it monumental? Is it something
monumental?
Historic?
Yes. I guess what happened. Even if he lose the fight, he already won. The allegation alone and the proof, and it's in public media. They can't believe that now. It's all Bud lawyer is a family already got everything already. Even if he lose, he won. Because in public, once you go social media, you're already guilty already. No matter if you found not guilty, you're done. So what they do now, they get all these black sellouts, all these black people who are in the Freemason. They're all in Freemason.
What you think about
Bud
Foreman?
is not in Freemason.
What you think about Foreman's?
Foreman's a Freemason. He took his oath back in the days when he never put his fist up. He took his oath back then when he took his oath. That's why I think George Foreman always get blessed. He always get the commercial. You have to be part of that special society. So he already took his oath. All those people who come to Bob Aaron, they have no choice. They're already swearing blood. They have to come in, of course, because that's part of the brotherhood. And the brotherhood doesn't have color.
What about the
you
Ali?
Have black,
what about
white,
Ali? The Ali's.
Ali was never part of the brotherhood. That's why they fucked him over. Sorry for cursing. I know you got to keep it clean. That's why they messed him up. He was never protected. If he would have went to Vietnam and that was his entry. That was his oath, and he didn't do it. And they know he wasn't going to do it.
Okay, so
they screwed him. They actually got him sick. They didn't want to give him the Parkinson. He wasn't no boxing. Yeah, of course they're going to put it behind boxing, but at the end of the day, they screwed him. They said, okay, you're going to be in vegetable state, and then you're going to get the honor. So his Freemason was to join the army and then come back, and then you'd be good. Muhammad Ali would have never been sick. He would have been a promoter like Bob right now.
So okay,
he would have been a big time promoter. Yeah.
Okay, so let me let that roll on into question number 2 then. Now, because I know I know you like Earl, so let me ask you. What we know now with the details that came out from the suit or whatever about the whole Spence bonus and Bob didn't deliver. In your eyes, and I know you like Spence, once again, do you think this makes Errol Spence justified? Like, does this justify Errol Spence Jr.'s positions over time in your eyes?
I mean, like he negotiated better fight. Like get the
the reasons he hasn't fought Terence Crawford. Pretty much in a nutshell. Like, it's not Errol Spence Jr.'s fault.
The reason he hasn't fought Terence Crawford because Errol Spence, unfortunately, is a part of the brotherhood. You understand?
Part of the brotherhood.
You see he's part of the Mason. You know why?
Why you
see the rapper that he hang with?
Right.
You see the rapper and the chain that they have?
I did.
Yeah, Yellow Beezy ain't no normal rapper. You know what I'm saying? The chain, the distraction, all that stuff. Yeah. So once you go there now, you know what I'm saying, he changed. You understand? So Errol Spence now, Crawford is not that one.
So they protect. You think they protect? So in your eyes, you think that they protecting Earl to some sort of degree? Like they're
not protecting Earl. They're not protecting Earl based on my opinion and what I feel. I feel that Terence Crawford has offered a deal to join the special body and he refused.
Damn, bro, you
Once he refused,
always come with a different angle for me, bro.
it is. No, people don't understand. There's two groups that run the world, man. People don't understand. There's levels to this, bro. Once you go professional, you're making millions. Think about it. You can't be an average Joe.
Right.
You may make the million stepping up, but you can't be. You're gonna get tested. You're gonna be, and if you refuse, they're gonna make life difficult for you. They make it difficult for Wilder.
Good point.
They make it difficult for certain boxers.
So let me ask you this, because with what you saying, now you know that we heard that Tim Smith dude come out last week, right? And he's saying that Terence Crawford asking for too much money and he ain't drawing blah blah blah. So do you think they trying to make him change? You think they're trying to make him change or conform? It's like accept our turn, accept the way we do things, or you
because
can't fuck with us.
They know once he fight Earl, he's gonna beat Earl, and before he beat Earl, you know what I'm saying? Earl, okay, Bud is a very smart man. We found out that is his same thing that he did with Bob, saying that if you can't get me this fight, there's gonna be penalties. If you can't get me these fights, you're gonna give me a set price that I want to make, and if you don't do that, no deal. They try to break him,
right,
down to their level,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because guess what happened? You're not gonna take all them 4 belts and then walk off. You're gonna have to give 2 fights, 3 fights, locked in. You have to be locked in.
Good point.
And then the option is join the Brotherhood, and then you can do what you want to do. That's the first thing. Plan B, sign the contract for 2 fights.
Damn.
You notice that? That's what Floyd did. That's why these guys are untouchable. You understand? All these guys who do these things, they never have a problem getting a fight. Even Canelo already, he's in the Brotherhood too.
Okay.
He's a Freemason. All these guys are Freemason, man.
Great.
Freemason control war, sports, church, everything.
Hey.
And when you start making the millions, you have to join these brothers if you're not going to be successful.
Okay, so that leads into question number 3. Great segue into question number 3. Who should Canelo fight next? Now we all know the names.
I don't want Canelo is not going to fight. Whoever you want to fight, they already gave their chin up already. They're going to lose. I want to fight a no name so he can get beaten and so he can taste the humble pie. Mayweather didn't humble him enough.
You think he should fight a no? Oh, you saying you want to see an upset? Is that what you saying?
Let him fight a no name, and he will lose. And then when he loses, he's gonna get the humble pie, and that's gonna break him down. Because if he fights Charlo, he's up on the scorecard already. He got split decision already. He got split decision, and he got majority decision. He's not gonna get a unanimous against Charlo. But Charlo already beat himself already.
Right.
Charlo, he's probably going to offer Charlo $5 million to fight him, and he's not going to say nothing.
Ain't gonna bring him up in weight.
Yeah, he's going to bring him up in weight.
You already know he ain't going to 60. Charlo gonna have to probably meet him at 68.
He's getting like $5 million for the fight.
So do you want to see? You want to see Charlo before Benavidez?
He's not going to fight Benavidez, man. All these guys who are not getting these fights, they are not part of the Brotherhood, guys. They was Canelo have no choice but to fight them.
Oh, you saying the upper
yes, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. The upper room run things in politics, entertainment, and sport. They run things in church. They run things in everything, man. If you're not part of them, you're gonna suffer.
Why you think? Go ahead. I was just gonna say, just in boxing context, though. You would prefer to see Canelo go after a no-name guy and have him upset.
Because nobody gonna expect him to lose. Everybody gonna say, okay, but when they fight the Charlo on them, he's not gonna fight it. He's playing right now. He's playing mind game with Charlo. The mind game started already.
Right.
He's gonna make a decision if he's gonna fight an African guy. He's gonna fight that one Charlo. So Charlo right now probably not training, probably all that stuff. So if he has to stay ready. When it comes to Canelo.
Yeah, he do. He got to stop.
He has to stay ready.
Be in the gym right now.
And I believe, just like Mayweather, Canelo got spies.
In the camp? You think
Canelo got spies watching these boxers. Any boxers he's gonna fight, he has spies to see, okay,
who's slipping?
Okay, he's not sparring too well, he's slipping, then I'm gonna fight you. You understand?
Hey, Mayweather,
and he's gonna pick the ring.
Floyd used to do that. Floyd kept spies in the camp.
That's what I'm saying. When you fight him, right, you're gonna make the highest ever. Right?
Right.
Imagine you fighting me, right? I'm giving you the high. I'm going by the highest you ever make in your life and in your professional sport, right?
Right.
Your family gonna get excited. The wife's gonna get able to. You're gonna get money, right?
Right.
All right. Now the stipulation gonna be, if you fight me, somebody gotta be from my camp to watch how you train. All these are behind the scene.
You saying that's something that just don't come out publicly?
Yes.
Somebody got to be.
That's what.
You say?
Yes.
I never heard
hanging
that.
around.
I never heard that stipulation. That'll be.
How do you think Mayweather win the fights? How you think he win his fights?
No.
He determined the gloves you wear.
Yeah,
he determined the shoes you wear.
He A-side.
But he's an A side to the extreme. Because with the A side, he's part. Remember, when you're A side and you're part of the Freemason, dude, that's A side, man.
you automatically A side. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're gonna turn. By the time I get to the ring, you are shut up yourself.
You remember when Floyd?
I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna.
You remember when Floyd took what's the dude? He
Manny,
was working with Alex Ariza.
Listen.
Alex Ariza. It was Alex
but no. Yeah, Mayweather. No, Manny Pacquiao was the worst.
Remember?
As soon as Manny Pacquiao got knocked out, cold. As soon as he got knocked out, Manny Pacquiao was never the same again.
You know,
when he got knocked out like that,
he wasn't working with Ariza no
he got
more.
knocked. Yeah, and when he got knocked out cold, that's where Mayweather pulled the trigger. It wasn't Manny delaying the fight. When he got knocked out cold and he got the injury, and he agreed to the blood test, Manny Pacquiao was a shell of himself by the time he get in the ring.
But he beat Keith Thurman after that, though.
Yes, he beat Keith Thurman, but you don't understand. Keith Thurman lost because of the excitement of fighting Pacquiao, the legend. He got excited, and he was ring rust also.
You think
he got anxiety? He's like Beyonce gonna give you something. Most guys would even can't even get up because they're so excited. Oh my God, I got Beyonce. You're not gonna be yourself. You're gonna be in awe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like they saying Charlo would do Canelo. Like they saying Charlo would do Canelo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These guys, he's like a godlike. You fight them, you're already in awe of them, and you fight under pressure. So you're already not yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be yourself. So that's why I think or anybody he's fighting on, he's gonna beat them. And it's not him; it's the judges. You have to beat the judges. How are you gonna beat the judges? By putting Canelo on his butt.
Hey man.
He has to go in there, but he respect. Remember, once you respect Canelo and start kissing his butt, he already beat you already.
I mean, I am concerned about Charlo killer instinct, man. Like his killer instinct got to be up. Like I don't want him to be at all and want to take pictures and shit with Canelo in the ring and shit. Like you been going there with a killer instinct.
He's not a lion. He's the cousin of a lion. You know what the cousin of a lion is, right?
What's that?
Alley cat. The Mystic House Cats.
Yeah.
He's the cousin of the Lions.
Damn, the cousin.
He's the cousin of the Lions. Yes.
He's shaggy.
The cat family is big, man.
He ain't Battle Cat. He the thing before Battle Cat. I forgot what
he's an alley cat, man. Yeah. He's an alley cat in Houston. He's an alley cat. They're like a wild cat, man. Anything they gone. They ain't real. They want he's not a real. He's not even a hyena.
He's powerful. He still got power though, bro. I think
when he's fighting Canelo, he's gonna be in awe. Listen. He has to. He gonna be in awe of fighting Canelo. That's a legend he's fighting. He's fighting a cash cow. He's fighting a legend. So those two things where you would have gonna pay mind. Remember, boxing is mind games, man.
That really concerns me.
Boxing
bro.
is mind games.
And I think that concerns a lot of boxing fans. Even if you're a fan of Charlo, bro, like the way you see how he act towards Canelo, you can't help but say to yourself,
the only way he gonna win is to have to food poison Canelo or some shit gotta happen. Some weird shit gotta happen. He has to go grab Canelo girl by the ass the night before the fight.
hey, call it. You see when somebody called him a MFer, you see how he responded. He tried to act like they was talking about his mom. So maybe that's what you got to do.
No, but that was mind game because he called him mother. He called him mother effer before, and then he called him mother effer. Yeah, exactly. You saw the thing like, but he chose. Remember, he chose a dude that had no power.
Yeah, he smacked Plant over that, man. Him and Plant got it.
Plant got a cut. Yo, remember. when Plant get the cut and he's bleeding psychologically, he got defeated right there. He defeated him right there.
He ducked that joint and smacked him. Pop, pop.
If he would have smacked him and cut Canelo mindset would have been messed up.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it did
So
something to him.
People may think I'm weird and speaking off the wall, but I think out the box, man.
Hey, bro,
you know what I'm saying? We think out the box.
Hey, when I tell you I get a lot of good comments about you, bro, they pour in about you, man. I'm telling you, everybody always got an opinion about what you say, man. You make people draw an opinion, and that's why I love your interaction with the show.
Remember, sometimes when you watch the news, it's the news, but it's something what they.
You give them a different angle.
We watch
all that shit.
Yeah, we watch. Okay, you watch the news every day, right?
Yeah.
And they have a chief editor for each news channel.
Yeah.
Right. So the editor determines what is being told.
Yeah.
They can't tell the real truth, man. But there's reality. There's always an element that people always ignore. They don't think. Society is not that simple, man.
I agree.
Any moves in society is made for a reason. There's a reason why we're seeing these things now. We're seeing this thing now. Look at this. Today's Martin Luther King's birthday. God rest his soul.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And Bud did something.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect time.
You see?
Perfect time.
Perfect timing.
Perfect
during almost Black History Month. I think Bud don't have to fight anymore, man, because they're gonna be on him. He hurt the big machine. What he did was bigger than boxing, man.
Hey, Zion, let me let some callers come on, call in. People in the chat saying they want to come on through, bro. Hey, bro, when you come through, man, you already know, man, you my main man. I love when you call in. I love when you on the panel, bro. And thank you for the interaction with the show, Zion. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, thank you. One love, man. Yo, we here, man. We here. This is historic, man.
All day.
This right here killed the entire fight with you, Spencer. What he did, this is the biggest KO of his life.
Yes, sir.
This right here, if he beat Bob, that's it. He can retire and say, my record is better than Flo. I did something that man couldn't do.
Yeah. He got a cause outside the ring. He got an outside the ring cause now. That's big.
This dude did something diplomatic. They thought black people wasn't diplomatic. They thought it was savage and ignorant. This was not a typical black man move. He did it the way that they would have done it.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? He's talking about a Me Too. This is a Me Too environment. We're in a Me Too thing. And look at this shit. This is the biggest thing in boxing. This is a cancel. Bob Arum already, he's done.
All right, Zion.
His legacy is tarnished, no matter what he did.
Good point.
This right tarnished. Win or lose, $10 million is nothing to him. If I were Crawford, I'd go for $100 million and broke him. Like a stripper on NBA night, you know what I'm saying? All-Star night. Break him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Good move, bro.
Break him. $100 million. You should have done that.
So I'm glad you rooting for him, bro. You rooting for Crawford, bro.
Yeah, Bud got to be careful. I hope and pray that what happened to him. Has to be careful because, like I said, he has to keep on winning by KO. No decision. They're going to give it to the other boxer because they're on it now. Oh, yes, they're on it now. So the pressure's on him still. Win or lose, you know? If I were him, I win the $10 million and retire. That's it. And I'm good and be out.
All right, thanks. Thanks,
So boxing, you have to be careful with him. You have to watch his step, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, man, peace, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
I'm back in the chat.
All right, homie.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
all right.
Damn, bro. That is great, man. Like, hey, see, people, hey, that's a good point, man. Before the next caller, give me 1 second, caller. Give me 1 second. Let me just make a quick point, man. And that's something that's going to be talked about. And I look at it like this, y'all. Even if we talk about a settle, right? Let me just get a second, fight fans, before I get to the next call. Give me 1 second. I'll open these lines. Let me pull the number for 1 minute. And just let me make a quick point with this real quick. And that is the outside the ring calls, man. Even if we get to the point where we get a settle and they just say, hey, give him the cash that he's looking for, because everybody knows that the underlying thing with all of this is the fact that the man is owed some money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this is all really in. And the biases is just a vehicle that he is using to prove why he's not only owed money, but how he was done wrong in earning potential to the future. You know, maybe that's the reason why that number was so high. And originally it was reported as 10 because maybe he's like future earning potential because of the things that Bob said. So I mean, and using the calls that he's using, I gotta admit, it gives him some sort of outside the ring calls that maybe look back upon many years from now. And people may say, Slim, people may say, Slim, that's deep. And like Zion said, a lot of people didn't do this. Take in mind, one of the biggest questions prior to this all happening, fight fans, for Bud, and I ain't even talking about Earl. One of the biggest questions was he going to be able to leave Bob Arum with that WBO belt and everything intact, and still with the having an Errol Spence Jr. fight in his future, which makes it stock high. He just came making $6 million. So of course, like everyone's complaining about now, his price is so high. And then they're going to ask him to do harder work and take a lower guarantee. That's pretty much what they want. And that's just the facts of the matter. In fact, you can swing it however you want. No, if you're talking about the other names over at PBC, and we know that their issue is not a split, which a lot of people like to talk about. I get it. Everybody like to have that conversation, that debate. Is just crap fan talk now at this point. Where the suits have came out and shown you that their issue has always been the lockdown guarantee for both fighters. And that seems to be the issue here. Maybe in PBC's case, they've always felt maybe one is deserving of a high guarantee, but the other, well, we don't know. Or then again, we've never even given Earl what you're asking for ever. Like I told y'all in a stream or so ago, Terence Crawford taking this position not only benefits himself. So when y'all think about the bigger fight, it not only benefits himself, it benefits Earl beyond his wildest dreams. Because Earl has never had a guarantee as high as to what Terence Crawford is asking of them. So if he gets it, that means Earl gets it too. Y'all not getting that? Listen to what Bob is saying in these they got in these court papers. They want $9 to $10 million guaranteed, both fighters. This is what I've been telling the fam. Like, yo, this is like a 20-something $million fight. But PBC's model is, we've never given no one that much money guaranteed outside of perhaps Deontay Wilder. Errol Spence, you look at any of his biggest fight, he's never even covered half of that guarantee. Never. These are just the facts. This is not no anti-Earl talk or nothing. This is helping both of the brothers. That's Crawford's fight. And this is something that people need to take heed of, Joe. Because like my brother Zion just said, man, this is unprecedented. This is something that ain't never been done before. He's looking to burn Bob Arum. That's the fight. Forget the next opponent, fight fans. Forget it worrying about Josh or 54 moves or anyone else. Forget that fight for now. The fight is going on. The fight is going on. I see I got a call coming through. You know what? We'll answer it. Hold on. Let me grab it while you're there. Hold on, 816. I got you. Hold on 1 second, man. Let me adjust some things. But yeah, man, I just wanted to make that point to y'all, man. And I think that is something that we need to think about when we talk about causes outside of the ring. All right, 816, man. You rocking out with Mainman, man. Who this, man? Rocking out with me.
You know, it's KP from KC. What was the first question you had on the
There
board?
you go. What's up, KP from KC5 on deck, man? You say you want to go right to the questions, bro?
Go ahead. What was your questions?
All right. Let's start off that top one, man. Is Terence Crawford doing the right thing?
Damn, man.
And think about the repercussions too. I'm gonna let you answer. Think about the repercussions afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been thinking about it since I looked at the documents.
Right.
Did you see the court papers yet? Did you see them yet?
Yeah, I seen them. I read the whole thing.
It's like they squeezed him, bro. It's like they all squeezing him. Kim Smith come out and say they can't pay him. Eddie Hearn say he ain't gonna pay him. Bob don't want to pay him or promote him. They squeezed him, man. They put him in a corner. And it's almost like watching him now is like, you volunteered for this though, because you signed with Top Rank 4 years ago when you re-signed. So by re-signing, you agreed to it. You just didn't look further down the road. It's kind of like watching somebody, like one of your partners, He like, man, I'm about to go ahead and marry this stripper. But you telling him, bro, she a stripper. Don't do it. And he do it anyway. And then when he come out 2 or 3 years later, like, man, she was cheating with such and such. Like, bro, I told you she was a stripper, bro. Why did you do it? That's kind of like what we're watching right now. That's how I feel. I feel like that's what I'm watching. Like, everybody else is telling you don't do this, and you did it anyway. And then you stuck your nose up at the people that were supporting you. Because even though I got Erol Spence in that fight, I still supported Terence Crawford because I wanted him to win all the way up until they fought each other. So now that you're just watching, it's like they pigeonholed him into a corner, and it's like they don't want to give him the money. None of them want to give him the money. If you really look at it, man, I don't think they want to give Erol Spence no money. Because without Terence Crawford, Erol Spence, what's his biggest fight now?
Facts. And think about that guarantee.
He don't have
and think about that guarantee thing I was just saying. If Terrence is asking for this type of guarantee, you know, and Earl gonna want that type of guarantee too. They don't want to not only give it to Bud, they don't want to give it to Earl. They've never given nothing like that to Earl. 9 to 10 million?
Yeah, and no. So now, based on what happened with Earl with the retina stuff and then the accident and all of that, they don't want to pay them dudes. There's no market to pay them. After everything that's going on in the economy and the whole world, everybody sees what's going on. They can't sell these fights like they used to sell these fights. PBC just put on Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view.
Okay, so...
And they called it a pay-per-view, bro.
Okay, KP from KC5. Let me go back to your earlier point or your comment about the re-signing. So you say, in your opinion, that it was a bad move to go back and get back in business with Bob Arum when he had the opportunity to make a move back in 2018, right? So what about the re-signing?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what about the re-signing from 2018 on down? Because we seen also in those court papers they put in all of the salaries that he made for the fights while he was over there. So what, outside of this one issue where Bob was promising him in that fight for $4.5 million that he never gave him, and Bob promised him $900,000 for the Erol Spence Jr. bonus, which is what he's suing for now. But outside of that one incident, everything else, as far as what we know how much money he made, how is anything else wrong outside of that this one little detail?
Well, this is what's wrong. He made sure he devalued him during those 4 years to where that now when he tries to leave, now his value's low, right?
No, because he made $6 million. He made $6 million against Porter. No.
See, look, he did make $6 million against Porter, but where can he get another $6 million now? You see, they cornered him. They cornered him in the market on purpose. They devalued him. Top Rank made sure they didn't promote him enough to where he could get big enough. See, they pigeonholed him on purpose, intentionally. So by intentionally sabotaging the product, he can't really leave.
So basically, all right, that leads into my second question. So everything what we saying about that and the details in the paperwork, does this make Erol Spence Jr.'s not having the burden of saying that he was the one not making this fight? Are you putting the burden now more so squarely on Bob, and this justifies Erol Spence Jr., or you're saying that they still could have made this no matter, even despite the situation that's going on? How you feel about that?
It's on Bob, but Erol Spence got to make this fight. Him and Crawford got to make the fight happen somehow, because if they don't make the fight, they don't make the money they was going to make. It's just like Wilder going to get Fury, bro. If Wilder don't go get Fury, he's already boxed out by Joshua. We knew that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
If he don't go get Fury for the first fight, he don't never make a pay-per-view fight, bro. Think about that, man.
One of them PBC specials, he would have got one of them. You know what I mean? Him versus Luis Ortiz 3.
His profile never grows, bro. His profile never grows to where we even get the third fight. So it's incumbent upon them to humble themselves and look at the market and see where they at, right? This dude fights in Texas primarily. This dude is from Nebraska. That's a drive if he drive to Texas. Him and his whole crew and family go to Texas. They go and make the fight. They do it in Dallas. Boom, they can sell that fight. Everybody know they can sell that fight. But they got the suits telling them that he ain't worth this money, he ain't worth that money. Y'all bet on yourself and put the fight together. and then y'all get the y'all promote it the way y'all need to promote it to make it bigger.
But what if
they got to do something, bro?
But what if there's ways that Terence Crawford can come out and show his worth? Meaning that just because Bob is saying that, don't mean that it's true. So there's ways that he can get around Bob's words and show other things that show his drawing power. And like he's putting in also in the lawsuit papers, you know, remember Bob Arum did all of these things because he wanted to keep the deal secure with ESPN. So he relied on Terence Crawford. So if Terence Crawford points to the examples of he needed me to keep this deal in place. He needed me. That's why I got such the high guarantee. That's why he got the big bucks. He can make the case of my matchups on pay-per-view were horrible. You know what I'm saying? He never secured the fights that we should have put on pay-per-view. And he can also make the case with his numbers on ESPN and show how much he draws when he's put in front of the right crowds. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things he can then take and say, look, I hear what he's saying, all because I was about to leave his ass and he owed me money. But this is the facts of the matter right here. Could he not come out and just do something like that to help keep his stock up? And people will look at the numbers and say, you know what, he ain't lying. Could he not go on some sort of display like that?
I don't think he's lying about his star power because he got to be probably the second highest grossing welterweight behind Erol Spence right now, right? He got to be.
Yeah, I say.
Right?
Yeah.
Just looking at who's active.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got to be.
Yeah.
So without each other, listen, bro, I've been saying this and I said this to you on one of your shows a few months back. They got to make that fight. Absolutely. I don't give a damn about no Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. Just because Keith Thurman just came off the banana peel he slipped on and he been gone for 2 years. I don't care about him. I don't care about no Mario Barrios fight that he got on pay-per-view. They can shovel that to somebody else and tell me that they can't pay Terence Crawford. Nah. You can roll that to somebody else. Make the fight because soon Errol Spence ain't gonna be able to be at that weight no more.
That's true. That's very true.
The dude is free. He did sue the dude. He did sue Earl, so that may complicate him getting in the ring. I don't know. But we know what happened to Mikey Garcia, but Mikey Garcia was still under contract. He's supposed to be out of this contract, and the powers that be, it seems like, is blocking him from even trying to get that fight.
That's true. They are.
That's just what it seemed like to me, bro. This is me as an Earl Spence fan. I want to see Spence and Crawford fight. Right. I think Spence beats him, but still, bro, I'm not about to sit here and crap on Terence Crawford and say, okay, I don't want him to fight now because he made a lawsuit against Bob Earl. I want to see if the guy can get in the ring. He's free of the contract now. All of a sudden, he gets free of the contract and ain't nobody got no money, which I just gave Canelo Alvarez almost $100 million.
Facts. And Tyson Fury. Facts.
All right.
Let me.
Everybody eat.
Let me pivot into question number 3. And you can take this wherever you want to take it. Who, in your eyes, should Canelo fight next? Now, you know all the names from 60 to now light heavy up to cruiserweight. Who do you want to see out of these bunch of names Canelo choose next? Because there's news out that he's supposed to be choosing a name sometime next week.
When does the cruiserweight dude fight? This weekend or next week?
It's next weekend. Makabu. Yeah, I think that's next weekend, right? That's next weekend.
See, that's the type of game they playing. That's probably who he gonna fight. You think
he waiting on the results?
Pick Benavidez.
You think he waiting on the results?
Yeah, he waiting on the result. I think that's a deal that's already in place, bro.
How do you feel about the Charlo fight?
I feel he beats Charlo, but I would like to see it. I feel he beats Benavidez, but I would like to see it.
How about 75? Nothing that take precedence over Charlo or Benavidez in your eyes?
He ain't fighting no Benavidez, man. You see what Benavidez just did to Brown.
Facts. Yeah, he destroyed that, bro.
He ain't fighting Benavidez, bro.
Yeah.
Benavidez is Drago, bro.
Yeah, he impressed me in that win. You know what I mean? He destroyed Brown ass, bro. I don't even want to see Brown no time soon, champ. I'm being honest with you.
Me too, man. He got to heal up, man. He's sitting on the couch like Ace and paid in full.
My man, he a mummy right now, bro. He wrapped up from head to toe.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
my
he
G.
wrapped up, bro.
Hey, man, I
But
appreciate
yeah,
you, man.
Salute.
I appreciate you
I'm
calling.
still listening to the chat, man. Salute, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you, KP from KC5, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, the fam is hitting me up tonight, man. Much love to y'all. Oh, man, it's y'all points of views, man. They're golden, bruh. They golden, man. Y'all hitting it right on the money today, man, with these phone calls, man. Y'all giving me things to think about. But most importantly, I think it seemed like even no matter where you falling at, whether you falling on the Earl side of the tracks or you falling on the Bud side of the track, at least from what I'm getting from the fam, y'all, we all in support of Crawford in his fight. And that's most importantly. So that's at least some sort of sign of a unity right there, you know what I mean? And that's always something good, man. And don't forget, fight fans, man, we also right around the corner from that Gary Russell Jr. and Mark Maxeo fight coming on next weekend, man. That's something I'm also looking forward to. I hope y'all looking forward to that one too. We haven't seen Gary Russell Jr., man, in the ring in a minute, so this fight right here gonna have me on the edge of my seat just to see what, hopefully the inactivity and the ring rust haven't affect my man none, you know what I mean? I want to see him go in there and get the job done. Like I told people in the video, Mark Maxeo, y'all, hey, remember what Casimiro did? And Casimiro was a Pacquiao fighter who came over there, regardless if you agree with the decision or not. Regardless if you agree with the decision or not, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he came over here and he got the job done under certain circumstances, you know what I'm saying? So we got another caller calling on up, man. 864 hitting up Man. What's up? Who this, and man? Rocking with Man.
Hey, what's good, man? This is D-Lo.
D-Lo, what's up, champ? How you feeling, man? What's up with you?
Still, man, I'm feeling good, man. Just enjoying this cold weather.
Sure, it's not a game out here, man.
Enjoying the conversation you got going on the channel, man. You got a good live stream going on. I'm really appreciating and enjoying it, man, while I'm sitting here trying to stay warm.
Oh, man, thanks, man. I appreciate your interaction with the channel, family. You already know you VIP over here, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even got to wonder. If you heard the details and know what's going on. Have we talked since this went down, D-Lo? I don't think we talked since this went on. Nah, I ain't.
No, I actually did the live you did right after it happened. I didn't catch it. I came in and I caught it afterward and just listened to it go through. I actually listened to it at work yesterday or the day before or something.
All right, well.
But no, we had talked to there.
Okay, well, in that case, then I'm going to pitch it to you like I did with Zion then. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start from the top. And so just before we even get to the 3 questions, hey, let me know your whole POV pretty much on this from what we know thus far and how you feel about just the whole ordeal of it.
I'll try to sum it up as brief as I can. I think most fans, anybody that follows the sport, whether they are a fan of Terence Crawford or, whether they aren't a fan of him, whether they dislike him or whatever. I think, most people on the outside looking in looked at what was going on with him in Top Rank and felt like something went right with that picture. Even a lot of people who are right now saying, they're against him, who probably was a fan of him at one time or another, because Terence Crawford, temporarily lost a lot of fans once he said Erol Spence Jr.'s name. So, a lot of those people even go back to, complaining about, what they see with him and see going on, and they had their gripes about it. And even when they're criticizing him, a lot of the criticism that they have is for the way he's being treated and feeling like, why is he staying in that situation? Because, it's easy for us to look at a situation and say somebody should get out of it. We don't know what it'll take for them to get out of it. We don't know if they're in a position to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, from that standpoint, I'm glad to see him doing what he's doing. I felt like something like this would happen. We talked about this before, with all the Top Rank stuff. It didn't seem like Bob started having all this, like, public display of, like, being overly critical and damning of Terence Crawford in terms of hurting his ability to be able to move forward after post Top Rank, until it kind of became apparent that he wasn't going to re-sign with them. Because you remember, everyone would ask, man, Terence Crawford, no matter who, I don't want to name drop, but no matter who he was on interviews with, no matter what show he was on, no matter who Bomac was asked about it, whatever. Even if you go to the Facebook groups and you see conversations, they always skirted around. They never would. They weren't in a position, from my vantage point, to come out and openly say, no, we're not going to re-sign. Which that wouldn't have been smart business anyway, because if you openly telling everybody you're not going to re-sign, why are they going to continue to invest into you to try to bill you only for you to leave?
Right.
So
timing is everything, bro.
And I think that and I think that played a part in the how everything happened with the Porter fight. Mm-hmm. Top Rank wants to make money, but at the same time, or do they want to invest money in hopes of making more money off the Porter Crawford fight, or are they going to say, well, let's just see how the fight, let's invest the minimum amount of money into it, let the fight do what it do, and we'll get ours off the top and let them have the rest, but we're not going to risk a bunch of money trying to promote this fight for this guy that's probably not sticking around.
Right.
Because, as far as we know, man, they could have been coming to Terence every couple of weeks,
mm-hmm.
coming to him and Bomac saying, hey, we need to sit down and get this deal done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's sit down and talk about, this deal. Let's talk about, y'all re-signing. What are y'all going to do? What are y'all's intentions?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. It was just, it was the assumption that he was leaving.
Right.
And then you had those who on the other side that said, no, he's going to stay. He's going to stay. And especially the ones that called him that name. I don't even want to say it.
I know what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
That, that TRT name that they called him. So with that, those people were like, why would he do? He's re-signing. Even up until this case came out, there were people making videos, and their titles were that he was staying with Top Rank. Did he really leave Top Rank?
Right.
He's fighting Josh Taylor. He's still with Top.
People was alluding to it. Absolutely, they was. They was waiting on the word. You know what I'm saying? Well, he signed. He signed back with Top. Man, that would have exploded.
Right. Even and that's what I'm saying. Because he hasn't announced an opponent yet. They still trying to I'm talking about after he got up and pretty much said he was done with Top Rank in front of Bob.
Mm-hmm.
They still were trying to make him be associated with him. But let me try to get to it. I'm not doing a good job making this short. So, but my point is, I'm all in support of what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with the other callers that this is bigger than him. I feel like it's he's breaking ground on something that needed to be done. And I hope it sets a precedent for things to come in how promoters do business when it comes to certain fighters, or when it comes to fighters in general, because at the end of the day, the fighters are the ones in there putting their life on the line, trying to make a living, and these promoters aren't taking these punches. So, I understand that sometimes they invest money in it, but they're trying to recoup profits and things like that. But at the same time, there's a certain etiquette and a certain protocol that needs to be in place, and it needs to be policed better than it is.
So with that being said, I'm going to let that segue into question number one.
Go ahead.
And that is, and then, like I always say, I'm telling everybody, just think of the repercussions for the future. And we all know the tentacles of Bob Arum all around boxing. You know what I mean? So the question is, as far as for Terence Crawford's future, is Terence Crawford doing the right thing?
Yeah, he's doing the right thing for himself. He's doing the right thing for fighters who are coming up behind him, even some of the fighters who are out right now. I think he's doing the right thing. And I think it's going to be beneficial in the long run, no matter how it turns out. As far as his career, I don't think this is going to stop Terence Crawford from fighting. He may not get the fights he wants, but that's the case anyway. He already wasn't getting the fights he wants.
Right.
That's why you hear about him not wanting to fight Mean Machine. It wasn't a matter of him trying to duck him.
Mm-hmm.
It was a matter of him saying, I told the people that I'm going to, be in the big fights, and this is the guy you're trying to give me. So if you're going to give me this guy, then I need you to guarantee me, if I fight this guy, I need you to guarantee me that you're going to give me and the fans the fight that they want to see.
And that means he didn't even really want to fight Mean Machine. Because remember, all the criticism poured out on him.
And he got criticized. He handpicked me. He had no problem taking that Mean Machine mandatory. Ain't that what we heard?
And we heard that a lot, didn't we?
Why we got all this with Porter? But he went right. He ran to that Mean Machine mandatory.
Uh-huh.
But then it comes out. He basically negotiated to get more, to guarantee that, to give Top Rank the fight that they wanted.
Right. And they needed to do that for ESPN. And on top of that, He told them, okay, if I do you this favor, then on top of that, they say that, according to the papers, Arum enticed Bud into saying, well, I'll do that, and on top of that, I'll promise you Erol Spence. And if I don't give him to you, that's 900,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it took all of that to get Bud to fight Mean Machine. But everybody tried to make it like that. This was the slam. Oh, Bud ran to that fight though, right? That's funny, champ. That is very funny. That's funny. So as far as
time reveals all, don't it?
It reveals all, bro. It reveals all. So let me segue that into question number 2. Now, is Errol Spence Jr. justified in his positions, or should he not receive nearly as much criticism and blame for this whole saga due to now some of the details that's coming out about a lawsuit? Do you see it that way? Yes or no?
No. Should he receive criticism?
Is it still just as much Earl not participating in this, and PBC side, the whole them not coming to the table? Is it still just as much as their fault for not wanting to fight, as opposed to just Bob Arum saying blocking the fight? Because what Spence fans will do is say, well, judging according to the papers, it looked like Bob Arum was the one that came out and shut all of this down. So does that make Errol Spence Jr. justified?
The papers don't undo what do you call it, Tim Suit, what he came out and told us as well. You know what I'm saying? And
that's true.
And I listen. I fall back on what Mainman Mademan been telling me all along, that the suit's in the way of the fight.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? And the same thing that I've been seeing and hearing, with my own senses. That they overstated. The fight ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? These guys are going to, Bob Arum said 2 or 3 years ago that these guys are going to want about $10 million a piece for this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, that told me back then, and that's like anybody can go to my channel and look, man, most of my videos about the fight not happening, even when I'm talking in frustration, is mainly aimed at either the fans for how they are tearing the fighters down, or either it's aimed at the suits, or sometimes I say the powers that be. I feel like they are out of touch with the pulse of the fans. In their mind, this fight isn't worth it. But then look at what they give us.
Right.
They justified not putting this fight together because the guys are gonna want too much money and the fans ain't gonna buy it anyway. But then they'll use the fan, the pay-per-view as a vehicle to put on fights like Areola versus Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? Charles Martin versus King Kong and Tank versus Cruz Gonzalez, and then now we got Barrios versus Thurman. Why don't they have the same attitude about those fights? You know what I'm saying? So so to me, I feel it's blame to be had, but I don't blame the fighters. I just don't, man. I know that my only thing that I'll ever say about the situation is that, to where I can say that, I didn't like Terence Crawford saying that the fight was behind him and this, that, and the other, but I understood the frustration. I didn't like Errol Spence Jr. talking about, cleaning up his side of the street first, because nobody was asking him to do that. Like when we first asked for this fight, we never asked for this fight to be undisputed. We just asked for the guys to fight each other.
Right.
So all of that picking up all these other belts and all this so-called heavy lifting is what he wanted to do.
Big fact.
So that delayed the fight. But then all these other things happened outside of his control with the eye and with the accident. I'm not going to say totally outside of his control, but they weren't things that he wanted to have happen. He didn't want to go get in that accident.
No, but it happened.
So, but it happened, right? But it happened. You know what I'm saying? And his decisions led to it. But at the end of the day, let's just say it was somebody else's fault that caused it to happen. That's something that happened outside of the ring that wasn't planned, and it led to postpone the fight. So that also plays a part in why we haven't gotten the fight. So I try not to speak too much out of frustration, because we do got to take into account the time that Errol has been on the shelf, inactive, and there couldn't have been a fight. And I even think that part may hurt Terence Crawford's claim a little bit about the guarantee of them making the fight.
Speaking of the guarantee,
but Spence did fight. Spence did fight that year. So Bob, I think it's like this. When it comes to the offer, I'm going to cut you off. Let me just get this out real quick. But with Bob, guaranteeing it, I felt like if nothing else, Bob could have made Spence an offer. And I don't think that happened. I think had Bob made Spence an offer that year, that I can't remember who he fought in 2020, the end of 2020. I think it was Porter, maybe.
Yeah,
but
I think Porter.
had Bob made him an offer, I feel like that absolved him of, that guarantee. Look, we made the guy a legitimate offer, and he refused it and said he wanted to fight Porter.
Right.
But I don't think we've never heard anything about them making any kind of offer to Spence.
So that means if
he's on the hook.
If Bob give up that $900,000 with ease, that means he got no evidence, he got nothing to show that he made the attempt to make the fight with Earl. If he just give that money up, like, you know what, I can't even fight you on this. Here's your $900,000. If he do that, then that can be argued to say that he's admitting he never went and made an offer to Earl.
Yeah,
but that also doesn't
he
justify that
he could have been holding that money.
PBC ain't make all.
Yeah, and he could have been holding that 900, hoping Terrence, like, hey, we're gonna give you that 900 as soon as you extend this contract. He could have been holding that over his head. You think about that, the NWA movie when Ice Cube went to Jerry Heller asking for his money.
Right.
Now, and I'm just talking about the movie because I don't know how it really played out in real life because I wasn't there, other than what I read. But remember, he asked for a certain amount of money, and Jerry basically told him to sign this paper, and he'll get the money. He was like, man, that's my money. Right. Like, why do I got to sign something to get money that's already owed to me? Right. And then he left.
Right. And this man offering this man a fight, and you owe me $5 million. You owe me, talking about Josh Taylor. Come on, bro. Right.
You still trying to give me Josh Taylor. You owe me for fights that you didn't make happen. 2 fights. One a bonus for a fight that you didn't make happen, another one for a fight you didn't get me a fight at all, so I had to sit on the shelf.
All right, last one.
And you trying to get me now? I still got to put money in your pocket by fighting another one of your fighters, so you can make money off me, even though you're losing all this money on me supposedly.
Facts. Yeah, fact. But you want me to do another fight? None of that stuff never made no sense. Just like what didn't make no sense. And before I ask the third question, I want to ask this one more question of this. And all of this talk we hearing about the guarantees, right? 9, 10 million for both fighters. But the whole debate's been between the fan bases has been 60-40. They talking about pay-per-view shit. It seems to me that these suits are not even on board with the guarantee before we even talking about pay-per-view bagging money. So you mean to tell me all of this 60-40 talk has just been for the birds?
Right. It's as if the suits don't think that they gonna make enough money off it to pay these guys the $20 million guarantee, let alone worried about how many pay-per-views, you know what I'm saying, any extra on top of that.
They don't even want to get a guarantee.
I mean, honestly, so they're not thinking they're going to sell enough to cover the guarantees.
How can you talk about back-end money? How can you talk about how can we have 60-40 debates and the guaranteed money ain't even locked in yet? You got to get that first before you talk about the split.
Right. So basically, if the way it's coming out is almost as if Bud and Spence both said, hey, we'll just take a flat fee of $10 million apiece and y'all keep everything else. That wouldn't even work because they don't think they're going to make enough to cover the dang flat fees. Cover the guarantee.
Which is everybody.
So it wouldn't even, if that were the case, we ain't going to argue about this back end money. We just want $10 million apiece and y'all do what y'all want with the rest. So y'all promote the hell out of it and keep all the extra. So they can't even get to that point, man. They can't get past step 1.
No. Shit, you know what I mean? No. All right, look, question number 3, bro. And this is a little different. It switches gears a little bit. And this is because Canelo Alvarez just came out, or at least the boxing news just came out on Canelo saying that he will be basically announcing who he's going to fight sometime next week. So who do you think from the list of names?
He's coming back on the Cinco de Mayo date, right?
Yeah, for that Cinco de Mayo date. So who do you think from 60 to what is it, cruiserweight? We know all of the names. Who do you think that Canelo should fight next? Who do you want to see? I got a good idea who I'm going to hit, but who you want to see?
No, it ain't Andre.
Oh, okay, okay.
And the reason it's not Andre is because I respect that Canelo is the undisputed champion at 168. And as I said the night he became undisputed, regardless of how I feel about how he got there, what I would like to see most from him, which I feel like would kind of set him aside from a lot of these other guys, is for him to actually stay at 168 and defend undisputed championship. And the fight that makes the most sense at 168 for him, that I feel like, especially for that date, and I feel like is the best opponent with all things given, that because Charlo's not a super middleweight, right? Andre's not a super middleweight,
right?
So to me, and I don't care about him moving up, picking off the easiest, belt he can pick up at cruiser. I'm looking at him, I want to see the Benavidez fight. It's not about how I feel like the fight plays out. It's not about, how I think it, does in terms of revenue or any of that. I think, to me, logically, that fight makes the most sense with all things being as they are, with him at 168 pounds being the undisputed champion, and with Benavidez being the guy who lost his title on the scale and, is fighting his way back up to try to get a title shot. I like that fight the most for Canelo next.
Especially on that date, man. But the threat,
on that date,
if Canelo loses that fight and he loses his spot to Benavidez. Can't say he loses his spot to Charlo.
I mean, I'm not saying I think it happens now. I'm just saying you asked me what I want.
You want to see. That's fact. That's fact.
Right.
That'd be a good ass fight, bro. I think that's just up there with me too. That. I think Benavidez, to me, I mean, how do you feel about Charlo? How he would approach that fight if it went to Charlo? Like, do you think it would be too much respect? You think it'd be a ooh-ah moment? He get caught in the headlights and off Canelo.
I don't think it'll be a matter of respect. I have to look at. And if I come across as somebody sounding jealous, I'm anything but that. But sometimes things don't come out the way you intended.
Right.
I think the way Charlo talks about his lifestyle, and the way he talks about how well he's living and he's already rich and all of that stuff, I don't think it's a matter of him being a deer in the headlights. Is in terms of Canelo as an opponent. I think it'll be a situation where Charlo is more enamored at how much money he's going to make from the fight and what the fight could bring him later on than he would be about actually getting up for the fight and actually trying to go out there and win the fight. I think Charlo would be satisfied to be in the moment and think that, he's good enough to not to say he wouldn't train or any of that stuff, but I think that he would figure that, he could just beat Jermell Charlo and that's good enough to come in there and get that win. But I don't think getting the win would be number one. I think number one is being in that moment and what comes with the Canelo fight. So that is what makes me concerned about him in a Canelo fight.
Wow.
I don't think Charlo's as hungry as he used to be. I mean, to sum it up, I just don't see the hunger in him that I used to see.
It'll be a paycheck for him.
Yeah.
It'll be that. He'll show up for that check for sure. Thanks, D-Lo, man. I appreciate you calling me up, bro. I'm about to get ready to slow it on down. We've been going for a nice little minute, man. And if I keep going,
look,
bro.
Can I say one more thing before I get off, man?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I just uploaded a video about this, and shameless plug. I want y'all to go over there and check my video out when this live stream is over.
Absolutely.
And if nobody else comes, I want you to come over there and check it out.
Will do. And do me a favor and place your channel link in the chat, please. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to go over there and support D-Lo.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
But,
we got you.
I really appreciate it. But what this video is about? It's about 2018. And in most conversations, when you hear people talk about Terence Crawford and Top Rank, even about the lawsuit, people keep referencing 2018. 2018's relevance is that's the year Terence Crawford signed that extension.
Right.
But most people you hear talk about it, they say Terence Crawford was a free agent in 2018. He had an opportunity to walk away, could have did what he wanted to do, could have done this, done that, and he chose to go back to Top Rank. And in that video, I'm breaking down why that's not true and how that's inaccurate and how that's some information that got put out there, gained legs, and it just kept going until it's been out there so long that nobody remembers what the true story really was. So I'm putting out the true story about what happened in 2018 or what the real story was at the time, put it like that, with what was going on with Terence Crawford, ESPN, Top Rank in that moment. And it's not me giving you my opinion. It's about what was stated at that time by all parties involved.
Nice. Go get that clarity, y'all.
But Terence Crawford was not a free agent in 2018.
I know where you going at. I knew exactly where you was going at. That's why go get that clarity, everybody. Go check that video out. You know what I'm saying? Listen to D-Lo break that down. Go get the clarity on it, man. Get the facts on it, man, so we can stop guessing and stop dragging this man's name through the mud for stuff that ain't ain't true. So go check it out, man. Much love, D-Lo, and place it in. Place your link in the chat.
Okay, man. I appreciate the call, man.
For sure, man. For sure. All right, fight fans. I think that's going to be the last one for me today, man. I got to get going. It is Saturday afternoon, and I got some other things that I have to take care as well. That's about 4 or 5 good calls right there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can continue to do this again, but more so than anything, fight fans, I wanted to do this because, truth be told, because this kind of failed me on my episode of We Talking Boxing Live. You know what I'm saying? And normally at the end of We Talking Boxing Live, fight fans. Oh, sorry about that. Damn. Get me on that, fight fans. Hold on, let me turn this down. But y'all know normally on We Talking Boxing Live, we usually finish with the phone calls, and so I did not give that section, so here you go. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. This was a beautiful, beautiful episode. I want to say thank you to everyone that joined and called in today. The next time we do this one, I promise to take it a little bit longer. I want to get to a couple comments because y'all been holding down the chat, man. Salute to everyone. Salute to the mods, man, that's been holding down for any of the trolls that slid through this jump. You know what I mean? I seen a few heads getting hit throughout of the chat, so I'm sure a lot of y'all trolls that showed up, man, y'all ran into the fam. You know what I'm saying? All day. So much love to each and every one of y'all, and I really appreciate it. Let me grab a couple comments on the way out the door, see what y'all been talking about. Salute to my bro, DGO on deck, man. DGO, what's up with you, man? I hope you enjoyed today's stream, fam. Much love, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, man. DGO say Bud is the #1 welterweight. Spence is nothing but a hype job. That's DGO. He gets straight to the damn point, you know what I'm saying? You know I fuck with Earl, man. I like Earl, man. I think that's #1 and #2. And I think that all we want to see at the end of the day is this all gets settled and we all get the true definition. But the suits got to work it out, fight fans. The suits got to work it out. You know what I mean? These two fighters, they're just trying to go on with their legacies and careers. But I want everyone to know going forward that there are more details now, more factual and truthful details that were let out because of this lawsuit. And the details that I'm speaking on is, well, they not even beyond the guarantee, fight fans. So can we stop talking 60-40, please? That's pay-per-view back-end money. We ain't got past the guarantee yet. These suits ain't even on agreements with that. All right? So that's some facts that came out. And also, everyone who keep dogging Crawford about Mean Machine now, can y'all just shut up? The man ain't even want the damn fight. They had to renegotiate and give him all of the money for the fight to save Bob Arum's ass. For a man that can't sell, why is he leaning on Bud? Because it never been true. It was always a ploy from Arum. Always. So we know that because of this whole situation, right? And I want another thing to go in mind, because I see a lot of opportunists. They take advantage of moments like this, especially when you include race and stuff like that. Y'all know how it'll go, right? And this is why on We Talking Boxing Live, a lot of people didn't like it, but I had to explain to everyone that we're talking about bias. All right, Terence Crawford, I do not see as the R word with the IST at the end. Bob Arum, I do not see as the R word with the IST at the end. Neither man. I just see that they're making a claim. He's making a claim of bias. Him favoring another group over another. It doesn't make him what people are, the IST. That doesn't make him that. It just makes him someone who just follows the money. It makes him a crook. It makes him a snake. It makes him a lot of things. And I'm sure he's messed over a lot of fighters. But I ain't going to go that far. I don't know that man personally to put nothing out like that as a platform. You feel me? So I will say I do, and us as boxers fans, it's clear as day. And that's any promoter. It can arguably even go beyond Bob Arum, to be truth be told. It can go to any other promoter. Any promoter who's just catering to one group. When you know the best that fight the best, you're not putting them in the ring because you don't think that they sell. You don't think their fans won't back them up. Some people may say it's a business decision, man. But it still shows bias. Especially when you can't give a better reason. So we'll see. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Share, rock those bells. Tell everybody, tell a friend about Mainman Mademan. We always here. Salute to the fam. Thursdays, Sundays for We Talking Boxing Live. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, fight fans. Tomorrow, I have a very important engagement to be at tomorrow evening. All right? I really apologize, but we could take today's show as tomorrow's show, but I may not come through tomorrow. If I don't be here tomorrow evening, let me just give this out now. I will be back on Monday. I will not go beyond Monday before we do another one of these. All right? Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. A couple more comments, though. Dub CMO says this lawsuit also shows who really wanted to fight. For Bud to have language in his contract about a Spence fight speaks volumes. Man, don't it? Don't it? And this is what I'm saying, bruh. It's still, this thing shows that Crawford always wanted that fight, even putting language in his own contract. I guarantee you, if you look at Erol Spence Jr.'s contract, you won't see Terence Crawford's name in there. I'm gonna say that one more time for the fam that just walked in. I guarantee if you look at Erol Spence Jr.'s contract, you won't see Terence Crawford's name nowhere in there. That's some real shit. That's some real shit. And you know why that's some real shit, fight fans? Because like I've been telling y'all.
Hey, you got a real one in here now. You got a real one in here. Y'all got a real one in here now.
One more time. One more time. One more time. Well, great talk, man. Bruce Goes Boxing Jazz and great news channel, OG. Congratulations. Great new channel to my homie Bruce Goes, man. Bruce Goes be breaking that shit down. Shawty, he like that jazz, man. Hey, you know I'm a music man, Bruce. So I'm tuning in, fam. Much love. Go check out the fam, man. I'm on my way out the door. Y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy the weekend, man. Oh, Joe Smith fighting. Joe Smith fighting tonight, right? Enjoy the Joe Smith fight fam. I'm gonna look at that fight because I'm rooting for Joe Smith, man. You know what I'm saying? Joe Smith to get back in there with somebody, you know, a Zerto, a Baturbia. He says he's in sending offers to all of these dudes. So I'm dying to see what Joe Smith looks like, man. You know, I know he ain't fighting nobody, but it's still entertaining fight to watch. I'll be tuning in. And we'll talk about it when I get back. To the next video, fight fans. Peace out.